away from 20 on the year, Michelle.
Well, and Humes just has the ability to do so much. She's dynamic in the circle in so many different ways. She learns how to spin the ball. A lot of fun to watch. And really has done a great job, a two-way player for Kentucky.
Well, you talked about all the freshmen up and down the lineup for Georgia. That's why they look to one of the upperclassmen, Lacey Fincher, the junior from Tanner Williams, Alabama, back in her home state. 339 on the season, 13 home runs, and an on-base percentage of better than half the time she comes to the plate. 6th best in the Southeastern Conference. She is due up 3rd. And it's one of those underclassmen, Sydney Kuma, to step in to start things off. The sophomore from Fresno, California, playing second base tonight. And underway with a strike from Autumn Humes. If she can get that 20th win tonight, just the 3rd time for a Kentucky pitcher. She would join Kelsey Nunley and Megan Prince, the only other 20-game winners in UK history. Georgia, your 2014 SEC tournament champs. They beat Kentucky to get it. Wildcats seek their first ever SEC crown. Have to win 4 games to do that in 4 days, starting tonight. And for Georgia, a really tough stretch to finish. They have lost their last 6, while Kentucky, winners of their last 6 down the stretch in the SEC. Squirt guns are out early tonight, Smitty.
Keeping everybody awake and in it.
Humes starts things off with the K, 1 down.
Autumn Humes is 19 victories on the year. Why? Because she is so good at spinning the ball to all zones. She understands that spin is key. It trumps everything else. It trumps the velo. She's got to spin it. She commands a drop and a curveball. When she uses those effectively low in the zone, she is good. But one of her nemesis has been the long ball. She's given up 18 home runs. So she definitely needs to keep the ball in the park, especially against a team like Georgia, who's hit 72 home runs on the year.
She was all tournament. The last time we were together in the SEC tournament, 2019. Her 4th year now at Kentucky out of Bald Knob, Arkansas. This is Savannah Sykes, the junior from Douglasville, Georgia. High school player of the year in the state. And been in the starting lineup the last 3 seasons. .260 on the year, 7 home runs.
Sykes had been hitting out of the leadoff position with Kuma hitting behind her in the 2 spot, but a couple of different changes for Georgia, trying to mix things up, trying to find that magic formula. Get back to the winning ways and give themselves some emotional deposits, as Tony Baldwin, the associate head coach, mentioned from UGA when we spoke with him earlier.
2-2 from Humes. Upstairs to get her, 2 down.
Autumn Humes just spinning the ball really effectively. Getting that nice rise ball. It's got a little bit of up, a little bit of curve on it. She tends to live a little bit lower in the zone, but when she can elevate that rise ball, she can get you to swing through it. And she locates it at that top part of the zone.
Oh, and perhaps inspired by the pitching performance she just watched. 13 strikeouts from Tennessee's Ashley Rogers tonight. Here's Fincher. Swing easy and swing smooth. From assistant coach Tony Baldwin when they talk about Lacey. Tries to muscle that one out of the infield, ends up at second, and Emmy Blaine. She's got wins this year over Florida and Oklahoma on the resume.
Just ability to pitch in big games, a bulldog mentality, likes to throw the ball on the edges, so she'll throw to all quadrants as well. Is a really good rise ball, but it's the off speed that helps set up everything else. Avant does need to keep the ball in the yard. She's given up 21 home runs this year. Kentucky can also swing it, so have to attack the lower half of the zone.
And it's the matchup right away with Kayla Kowalik, who scored in 27 of her last 29 games, enjoying a career year with the 12 home runs, the 35 runs batted in. She's also a base stealing threat. And again, speaking to the depth of the Southeastern Conference, especially at the catcher position, she's a finalist, top 10 National Player of the Year, but a second team All SEC.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Behind SEC Player of the Year Bailey Hemphill of Alabama, who also fields her spot as Kowalik beats out the infield hit. Here's a look at the starting lineup for the Cats after Kowalik. It's Spangler, Johnson, and then freshman phenom Erin Koffler. 52 runs batted in, led the SEC this year. 16 home runs. That's a Kentucky freshman school record. And how about the bunt? And it's a dandy. Everybody safe. Put it right between the pitcher and the third baseman. 2 on with nobody out.
Wow, 3 lefties in a row, and this is what Spangler does. Look at the defense. Look at exactly where they're going to be starting and how the third baseman is going to be coming in. Sykes is just going to attack this, and the ball just spit right between Avant and Sykes. And Kentucky doing what they do so well at the top of their lineup, getting on base for their big power hitters, 3, 4, and 5.
So here comes Lauren Johnson with 8 hits in her last 6 games, including 3 runs batted in. She's got Spangler and Kowalik on. Kentucky would love to grab the early lead and keep a struggling Georgia team down. They finished the season 2-12. Facing the likes of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi State. After that huge win against Oklahoma, they've really struggled, Michelle, to get back to that emotional high.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes the pressure's on you. You beat a team, they expect you to beat everybody then. You beat the #1 team in the country who's undefeated. And again, this is a young team, so they will play lights out in one game, and then the next game they will show up and make so many freshman mistakes or just young mental errors, even if they don't register on the scorecard as an error.
Kowalik was on the move on the pitch there. 1-2. Johnson is the senior from Owensboro, Kentucky. Flares that one to left. Chambly's got it, 1 down.
That's a non-productive out. You get to the postseason and you get in scoring positions, which obviously we saw last game at times can be far and few between. So important to get something for every out you're giving up.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Erin Koffel, a freshman from Bremen, Indiana. Member of the All-SEC freshman team this year. 355 with power. That open stand with the left heel on the outside chalk. I think Peyton Bordeaux was trying to figure something out with her glove there behind the plate. Chased out of the zone. 1-1.
Koffel is not afraid to get her swings off. She attacks pitches. She's smart and calculated. Plays well above her age. And very disciplined. She's able to do that. She will not allow pitchers very often to expand the strike zone. A lot of young hitters tend to swing at pitches out of the zone. She does a good job of staying disciplined.
Fires that one back with Tom Meyer behind the plate tonight. Paul Eds at first, Cameron Ellison at third base. Two-two to Aaron. And that will sneak through. They're going to wave Kowalik in, and she will score easily, and everybody else will take the extra bag. Spangler to third, Koffel to second, and a 1-0 lead.
Erin Koffel just plays like an upperclassman, and just her freshman season ability to hit out of the 4 spot for Kentucky. She's going to take a pitch low, a drop ball coming down into the zone, and just drive it through the 5-6 hole. And this is all about Kentucky's speed with Kowalik in that leadoff spot, easily scoring. And how about Spangler going headfirst into third? Runners at second and third now. Big opportunity for Kentucky here early in the game.
3 first-inning singles, and here comes the hefty hitter, Mallory Payton. Double-digit home runs. Career top 3, Kentucky history. Dingers, runs batted in, slugging. Oh, Mary Wilson got her with the change.
That's what Wilson does so well. When that pitch is effective, it helps set up everything else. It's tough to identify. She'll get a lot of swing and misses on it.
Missed low and in.
Peyton earlier in the year broke her hand, so her swing has been changed just a little bit, but she has been on fire as of late. She's got that split grip.
She's got a couple of home runs in her last 10 at-bats. With 6 runs batted in, she's got 2 to pick up here. 1 out still in the first inning. Good numbers, Wisp. Pops it up, foul territory, 2 down. Chance now for Renee Abernathy, the junior from Springfield, Illinois. She too, double-digit home run hitter. The next home run the Cats hit will set the new single season record. They've bopped 71 of them on the year.
And this is a Wildcat team that you don't always think about home runs and long balls. In the past you have with Abby Cheek and some of their big hitters, but this club has just been outstanding. Their offense has really risen to the occasion this year. Mallory Payton coming back and being able to be at first base defensively has opened up their lineup as well. In fact, that's one of the things that Coach Lawson says, that, you know, we're back, we're healthy. It's helped our defense as well as our offense.
69 miles per hour in for the strike, 1 and 2. Got her. Abernathy fooled on the pitch. A run in, but 2 more stranded. And the early Kentucky lead.
Freshman Aaron Koffel going to take a pitch and just pound it through the 5-6 hole, doing damage as a freshman.
12. As you check out Georgia's season, big wins over Oklahoma and Florida, but they have lost 9 of their last 10 since that big OU win. They can beat you with one swing. Sarah Mosley's one of them that can do it. 4, 5, and 6 here for the Dogs. And right back up the middle and over the bag at second. And the leadoff is on. First hit for Georgia. Lou Harris-Champer checks the card. 21st season now in Athens. 4 trips to the Women's College World Series. Finished in 11th place this year during the regular season. They were the champs in 2014 in Columbia, South Carolina. We've had 6 different SEC tournament champs in the last 10 years.
Just shows that this tournament's a free-for-all. You come in hot, you can come out the backside with the hardware.
Popped it up. Koffel's got it at short, 1 down. This is Sydney Chambly out of Dallas, Georgia. And one of the freshmen.
That spot in the lineup where there's 4 freshmen in a row. Kearney, Chambly, Bordeaux, and Armistead all playing really big roles for this Georgia team. And just think about the experience that they've gained throughout the year.
They're excited about the possibilities. The coaching staff thinks this could be a real special group. Near collision at second base, backhanded over to first for the out.
Mosley laughing at herself. She almost had to run into right field to avoid Emmy Blaine. This is a tough position at times as a runner because you can see the defender coming in and you want to try to avoid him as much as possible. And so you can see she decides to go behind her instead of in front of her, and then has to come back to the bag.
Peyton Bordeaux. Chance to drive in a run here to even things up. Out of Apopka, Florida.
Back to that last play too, Beth, Emily Blaine coming into that ball. It's tough. You see all that traffic in front of you. At times you think, okay, when you look at it, maybe she should have gone to second to try to turn the double play or get the lead runner. But many times when there's all that traffic in front of you, you're just so focused on gloving up the ball that you're thinking, just get the easiest out. Yeah, and that's where sometimes inexperience comes in, and second base has been a little bit of a revolving door for a couple of teams. But Blaine, just a sophomore, it's about having that comfort level to be able to make those plays, because those plays eventually mean something in the postseason.
Bordeaux draws the walk, so 2 on with 2 outs. Kayla Kwolek will go out to chat with Autumn Humes. She rolled in the first inning, 1, 2, 3, and now a single and a walk here in the second. These are a pair of teams that look pretty safe for a return trip to the NCAA tournament. The last 2 seasons, all 13 SEC teams went to the tournament. And in the last 6 years, 7 different SEC teams have been to the World Series, including these 2 programs. Alabama, Auburn, Florida, LSU, Tennessee. Here's the 4th freshman in a row, Armistead. Takes a look at a strike, 1-1. Foul ball. This would be big for Armistead, who did not have an RBI in their Mississippi State series to end the year. Did have one against Alabama prior to that. CJ. Got her. Third strikeout for Autumn Humes. Gets Armistead to end the threat.
Now, Autumn Humes using the off-speed to set up the rise ball. This one right down the middle, picking up her third strikeout of the game.
Kentucky's season recap. They led the SEC this year in scoring, batting average, on-base percentage. Had a big win against Alabama in walk-off fashion to take the series. And Kayla Kowalik with the .509 batting average, that is best in D1. She is trying to become just the second SEC player ever to lead the nation in batting. Sarah Feckerty of Tennessee is the only SEC player to win the batting championship and one of just 9 Power 5 hitters to lead the nation. Usually with such good pitching and defenses in the Power 5, it usually goes to one of the smaller school players. Rachel Lawson, the 2016 SEC Coach of the Year, a trip to the World Series in 2014. They were in the semifinals a couple years ago, lost to Alabama. And then the Tide were beaten by Florida. The Gators are trying for an unprecedented third consecutive SEC tournament title.
This is a very diverse Kentucky team. In fact, the next 3 hitters, including Humes, all pitchers. So this is a staff. And actually Spangler as well being a pitcher. There are 4 pitchers in the lineup. And so it gives Coach Lawson the ability to really mix and match. Make sure that she always has someone warm, potentially in the DP role. That would be Grace Ballman in today's game.
Bottom of the order here to face Avant. Cats started out the year 19-0, best ever. They have wins over Alabama and Florida, Georgia and LSU, Tennessee. The SEC has been so strong over the years, and of course, you're pretty much playing a ranked opponent every weekend, so you've got a chance to get some quality wins on your resume, which most of these SEC teams have done. Humes, that's going to be trouble. Deep in the hole, it's short and safe at the bag. And the leadoff for the pitcher, Autumn Humes.
How about freshman Ellie Armistead going deep into that 5-6 hole? Really doing a good job to glove this up. Takes a high hop, shorts hop it, and comes back across. But Humes just going to run well. Look at the way this ball, though. Look at that short hop and the glove work, getting that ball across the infield really close at first.
Great stretch by Fincher. Ooh. And they did, she was safe, it does appear. Now, is Georgia going to try and challenge? And it looks like they will. There is a replay review here at the SEC tournament this year. Each coach gets 2 challenges, and then at the end of the game, 6th inning and beyond, the umpires can take a closer look themselves. Yeah, she's there.
Yep. Fincher with the really good stretch getting out there.
Boy, that is as close as it gets.
Yeah. And that's part of the discussion, is when is the catch made? Front of the glove, back of the glove.
Call is confirmed, safe. Well, that'll bring up Grace Ballman, senior from Hardin, Illinois.
Designated player number 3, Grace Ballman.
Swings at the first pitch. They'll try the short way for the lead runner, and they do get Humes one down. Looks like they're going to get a, Kentucky's going to get a pinch runner over at first for Ballman. J.C. Babbs.
Entering the game right, Kentucky number 14, J.C. Babbs. At the plate, third baseman number 1, Miranda Stoddard.
Number 9 batter, Miranda Stoddard. Sophomore from Anaheim, California. 200 hitter, 7 home runs. Miles an hour on that pitch, 2-1.
Good job of being aggressive on a 2-0 pitch. Swings through it, but this is a Kentucky team that has walked 159 times coming into today's game.
Runner goes, the throw down, the tag is made, and out at second is Babbs, 2 down. Good throw by Bordeaux.
Yeah, Bordeaux, the freshman behind the dish, just moves very well. Nice throw down. See the way the tag is going to be applied. Slide toward the back of the bag, and just an outstanding throw, making it there in time to really get down on it. Kuma with the tag.
Pop foul into the screen. Struck her out. Bama tomorrow night. Georgia has 9, and then the top of the order, the one run thus far, Kayla Kowalik singled and then scored on Aaron Koffel's RBI single in the first. We've already had some good drama tonight. The walk-off win in the 9th inning for Ivy Davis and Tennessee over Texas A&M, denying the Aggies their first ever SEC tournament win. They had taken the lead in the top of the 9th. Mississippi State and LSU were also winners today. Coverage begins on the SEC Network tomorrow at noon Eastern, Mississippi State and Florida.
A lot of good games coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, and as we've talked about, no easy road.
No.
And the 1 seed has only won the championship once in the last 6 years. A regular season dominated 13 years in a row with either Florida or Alabama winning at least a share. The Gators shared it this year with Arkansas. First time for the Razorbacks in school history.
It's another club that looks very similar offensively to Kentucky as far as a lot of walks, a lot of long balls.
For Florida, their 9th regular season title. That is the most. And they are looking for a 6th SEC tournament title, which would be the most. That's the breakdown. Florida, Arkansas, Alabama, and Missouri, they should all be hosting in the NCAA tournament, certainly for the regionals at least. All 4 could be home for the Supers. High Hopper Landrum out at first. Well played by Humes.
Yeah. Very solid after her ability to deliver to pitch. Makes such a difference. It's one of the biggest aspects of pitching after learning all your different movement pitches, your change-ups, is defending your position. You've got to be a good defender.
Especially with those lefty slappers, right? So the choreography with your pitcher and your catcher, first and third base, you don't have much time. 2-2 speed down the line for some of these left-handers. Now from the right side. Kuma with a healthy cut. Top of the order here. She struck out in the first. One hit so far, a couple of base runners.
Kuma fooled on that last pitch. Not afraid to take a big hack. Obviously not seeing the spin of Humes and can't hold up on that last swing, but part of the reason she's aggressive is the reason that she has those 14 home runs and leads Georgia.
Got her. Made her chase, 2 down, 4th strikeout.
Kuma is a free swinger, and you can just see the way that Autumn Humes is working pitches. So she works the rise ball away, and then she's going to come right back to that same spot and bring it over the plate a little bit more. Look at the way that she's going to use this rise ball up in the eyes. If she can't see it the first time, she probably won't the second, and Humes picks up the strikeout.
Savannah Sykes, strikeout victim in the first. We were talking this week about the underdog mentality, about showing up tonight, playing free, playing loose. Koffel gobbles that up at short. 1-2-3 inning to the bottom of the third and a 1-0 Kentucky lead. Mississippi State Bulldogs have won 8 straight. They've got Florida tomorrow after they beat Ole Miss today. More outstanding defense from Aaliyah Andrews. The Tigers ousted South Carolina, so they will meet Missouri tomorrow. Here's the walk-off, down a run, 2 on. How about a 2-run double? The gapper from Ivory Davis. Chelsea Segern scores, enjoys the celebration. And they will meet Arkansas tomorrow. The winner of this one will get Alabama. Kayla Kowalik, top of the order, singled and scored the game's lone run in the first. Hardy Souls still in attendance with us tonight here at the Rhodes House. Good to have the fans back.
Oh, yeah.
Be with us all weekend. I would imagine tomorrow night they will be packed in out in the Brickyard, out beyond the fence. Alabama in action. Get your chairs,
Yeah.
nice blanket.
Nice spot to watch the game.
Little soda, the care gonna be up late tonight drinking that, doing the do. Way to get after it. To second. Kuma takes care of Kowalik, 1 down.
Kuma with a great positioning. Just tell all these teams they do so much prep and homework against all their SEC foes, knowing tendencies and really looking to play the numbers, play the averages.
Tatum Spangler. We see on occasion, Michelle, all-out shifts like in baseball. But with the infield so much smaller and the plays a lot more bang-bang, we're starting to see a little bit more, okay, I'm going to play a little closer to the bag at second, or I may play more 5-6 hole at short. We haven't seen a ton, though, of, you know, packing one side of the infield with all your defenders.
Right, and so really the way that they're playing right now, the defense for Georgia, especially against the lefties, so Kowalik's the lefty, Spangler and Johnson, is they have a tendency to keep the second baseman up the middle.
Like that. 2 down.
And so part of the reason that we're seeing them is because where they're actually throwing. So take a look at the second baseman where Kuma's at, and that she's put in a position knowing that the pitches are going to be on the outside corner. So they're looking for this. They're looking for the ground ball up the middle. If Kuma's in her normal positioning, there's a good chance that that's a base hit up the middle. So this is all about pitch calling, defensive positioning, working the count and the numbers in your favor.
Second draw was much better than the first, folks.
Thank you.
She's getting the feel back for the telly. Tomorrow's got, I mean, high expectations for you tomorrow on your draws.
Well, with the second one, I didn't even get to because I couldn't find my stylus. So the second one,
Stylus is fancy word for a pen that draws on a TV without leaving any lines.
Yes, exactly.
Lauren Johnson in the 3 spot in the lineup, flew out to left. Down in the dirt, taken care of by Peyton Bordeaux. A little smile from Mary Wilson. LSU the outlier today. They scored 7 runs, but otherwise the other games played so far in the tournament have been low scoring, been tight.
When we get to that part of the year, always the discussion comes up about the pitchers and the hitters. Does the advantage go to the hitters more times to the lineup? Obviously so, but when you get those aces in the circle, ability to chart, mix pitches.
1-2-3 inning for Avent and the Georgia D. 1-0 Kentucky. It's about that time for a chat with Sweet Lou when we come back. It's the 6 seed and the 11 seed. Beth Mowins along with Michelle Smith, the Rachel Fico of which she spoke, the former LSU All-American, and in charge of the pitching staff now is one of the Georgia assistants.
Yeah, one of the best changeup pitchers probably to ever throw at LSU, and has been teaching those off-speed and changeup pitches to her staff.
Got a bright future in this business too. I can see Rachel as a head coach in the not too distant future. 3-4-5, this is Fincher to face Autumn Humes. A single for Sarah Mosley, a walk to Peyton Bordeaux in the 2nd inning. Those are the only 2 base runners of the night.
I've been impressed with both pitchers so far. They've done a good job of not letting the ball really get elevated at all. When you look back at the regular season series, there were 10 home runs hit in that series, 38 total runs. It was a tough series to be in the circle. I think the pitchers have learned a little bit, like, okay, maybe I need to mix speeds a little more and work the lower half of the zone and only elevate for the strikeout.
Now, Georgia's hoping to use this as a bit of a fresh start. for Kentucky, hoping to keep the ball rolling. They faced each other in the regular season, so the 2-1 advantage for Georgia. This is a big head-to-head well, obviously you want to continue to advance in the SEC tournament, but these are a couple of teams headed to the NCAAs and would love to stay home the first weekend. 16 teams get to do that. And these are both amongst the list of 20 schools that could host regionals. So the winner of this one tonight may have a big leg up. Look at how close they are to top 16 RPIs. They're just off the edge.
Wins against the top 25. The SO, the strength of schedule is what the SOS is. So Bulldogs at 5 and Wildcats a little bit higher.
Humes goes upstairs for another strikeout of Fincher, 1 down.
Autumn Humes has been throwing really well, attacking a lot of the lower half of the zone, doing a good job of setting up pitches and then coming back to this rise ball. Not always known as a big rise ball pitcher, but just so effective this evening, getting up in the eyes. And when you have a big power swinging team like Georgia is, you can use that rise ball effectively against them.
Yeah, they can take a yard, but also susceptible to the strikeout. Here's Sarah Mosley, singled in the second. Lone hit so far. Of course, there is some discretion when we talk about the 16 host site that the selection committee will use. Obviously, they'd love to try and line it up so that the top teams get to stay home and earn those top 16 seeds as a host, but a lot may go into consideration for those spots. We were talking earlier tonight, Michelle, we think that if it's Florida or Alabama, possibly even Arkansas, if you win this SEC tournament, you're in the conversation for the overall #1 seed. High fly ball to center, 2 down. I think UCLA and Oklahoma would be considered the front runners for that showdown, but
yeah. But Arizona is at UCLA, so that's a really big matchup this weekend. And then there's a Big 12 tournament. Oklahoma State just played Oklahoma very tough. So yeah, there could be some movement here.
RPI is one of the things that they will consider. Of course, the RPIs are going to be way low for all the Big Ten schools. You're not going to see any of them on there. They only played against one another this year. There's a base knock up the middle with 2 outs for Jada Kearney. One on for Sydney Chambly. Grounded to second, back in the second. Talked about that 2014 SEC championship team. Shout out to some Dog alums like Chelsea Wilkinson, Alex Hugo, Paige Wilson, Tina Josefa, the late Jerry Ann Glasgow, all members of that title team. One and only time for the Dogs. Another strikeout for Humes. That's sick. Really has changed everything. You see the best in the business. You get an opportunity to really accelerate your growth, and they talk about the speed of the game and slowing it down.
Absolutely.
When you get to the college level. Reach for that slow roller to third. Sykes didn't get her.
And that is all about reading the play. It's a slow developing ball on the ground. And I love the fact that Koffel just beats it out. So Savannah Sykes is going to come up. It's a changeup. It's off the end of the bat. And just look at the way Koffel gets down the line. Easily safe by a step and a half a step maybe. But that's a ball, when you see it come off the end of the bat like that, you have to charge it. You have to go get it because every second counts.
Button has popped up in foul territory. Who's working harder, by the way, than C.J. Lawton, their student manager turned first base coach, umpiring tonight. He's taken over because their ops person, Brittany Cervantes, is off with the Mexican national team. And their other assistant, Molly Belcher, is pregnant, so she is staying in the dugout. So C.J. is burning some calories over there. Making the most of the opportunity.
He's got that long wingspan,
he
too,
does.
so he gets in the eyesight of the umpires.
There's Molly, now in her 11th season. Christine Humes, 14th year. A lot of tenure for Rachel Lawson's coaching staff. That's a well-struck ball, and that's a fair ball inside the line and left. Koffel, green light all the way to third. She'll hold there, 2 in scoring position. Back-to-back hits to open up the 4th.
How about Mallory Payton back from a broken hand injury with split grip, and she just gets around this ball, drives it down the line. Just well placed, 13th double of the year by Payton, and fired up. Kentucky trying to put some more runs up on the board here in the 4th inning.
They left a couple in the first. Fruit on the vine, so let's see if they can bring them in here with the threat in the 4th. The back-to-back hits for Koffel and Payton. And this was the same group that didn't get it done the first time around. So here's Abernathy again with a shot. 1 for 4 so far, Risp. Kowalik doesn't even take the gear off. Just, she's ready to go.
Always ready to go.
Abernathy leaves it 1 and 2. Wonder if our statistician extraordinaire Karen Johns used to leave the gear on between innings. She was so excited to catch for you, Smitty.
She was an awesome catcher.
That's dangerous. Infield. They're going to try and score off it. And coming home and sliding in safe is Koffel.
Wow, that is really good base running and ability to stay home. Not often do you write on your scorecard, sacrifice fly, and it's the shortstop that caught it. Ellie Armistead going back. A lot of communication between Kuma. Armistead going to make the catch, and because her momentum is taking her to the outfield, Koffel tags up. Look at the way she's going to tag. She sees it immediately, head down to the back of the plate, sliding away. So Kentucky picks up their 2nd run of the game.
Sack pop.
Yes, exactly.
Instead of a sack fly. I'm not sure if that's an official scoring designation, but that's how I'm writing it down.
Me too. Good idea.
Wouldn't be the first time we've made something up. Can they tack on another one here? And it's Humes, singled in the 2nd. Autumn couldn't catch up with that. Came down, dove down at her knees, 1 and 2.
Yeah, really good drop on the inside corner by Avant.
Seven hits in her last 14 at-bats for Autumn.
why this Kentucky team is tops in the SEC in batting, scoring average, on-base percentage, ability to hit all through the lineup.
Humes waited on it, and that will float out to Carney and right. Peyton will have to hold 2 down. Let's see here, we have a pinch hitter.
Yeah, I think they're re-entering Ballman.
Re-entering
possibly.
Ballman.
Yeah.
Designated player number 3, Grace Ballman.
Reached on a fielder's choice, did Grace back in the 2nd inning. Looking to pick up another run with Peyton out at 2nd, 2 down. Aaron Koffel led off the inning with a single. Got to 3rd on the Peyton double and then came in to score on the pop-up. Cool evening at the Rhodes House here in Tuscaloosa. Final spot to fill in the quarters. And then a quadruple header for you tomorrow on the SEC Network starting at noon Eastern.
Avan picking up the 2nd strike of the at-bat with that off-speed that she throws in the mid-50s. Just great over-the-top rotation.
Check swing, and that will be caught by Kuma. Full extension on the grass and right, hugs all around from her teammates. Saved a run.
How about Sydney Kuma going back and laying out right at the right time, getting that glove out. Really good job.
A run in the 1st, another in the 4th for the Cats over the Dogs right now as we head to the 5th inning. Beth Mowins and Michelle Smith with you in Tuscaloosa. 1st round action in the SEC Championship. Winner on to the quarters. And another nice win to put on the resume. Autumn Humes back out there for more. 6 strikeouts. Picked up a couple in that last inning. And now the bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, 9. Porto walked in the 2nd, the only free pass thus far. Conehead. Thank you. Thank you.
Does the younger generation know what that even means?
Don't think so. In foul territory, almost overran, but Lauren Johnson has it. That would be a Saturday Night Live reference. Get the Google machine, youngsters. 1 down.
They need to bring that
They
back.
don't even make the full cones anymore. It's
No.
a sawed-off cones like that. Soccer cones.
Yep.
Shortstop number 24, Ellie Armstead.
Now what is it? Okay, now it's
Inverted?
back to a cone.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's back to the cone.
Yeah, because she got the out that way. You can't flip it in between, after an out.
The other way would be what? A
Oh
ball?
no, wait, she did. She should flip it because she doesn't want the out.
Bowl. Bowl? She turns it upside down.
Ellie Armistead, the shortstop, struck out first time up. Oh, she got a hold of that one. couple of bounces into the base of the wall out of left center, and Ellie's standing on second.
Ellie, the fourth of those freshmen in a row that come up to bat, and they can swing it. She takes a pitch in the upper half of the zone and just elevates it out to the warning track. And Ellie runs very well. Easily gets herself into second base.
Number 9 hitter C.J. Landrum. You see with the lefty slapper, center field and right field are coming in, just in case they need to make a play at the plate. Trying to cash in on the leadoff double here for Georgia. Landrum grounded back to the pitcher. Humes was able to knock it down. A shot right back up the middle.
Kentucky continues to work Landrum on the outside corner, hoping that she'll hit that ball left side, keep it on the infield, keep Ellie at second.
And Landrum draws the walk. Speed on the bases here if Kuma can put it in play. Top of the order. Lawson, the head coach, also handles the pitch calling over there. Kuma's 0 for 2 with a couple K. Armistead at second, Landrum at first. Tying runs are aboard, go ahead at home.
Autumn Humes has been effective against Kuma by working the off speed on the outside corner and then the rise ball. So look at the way she's going to work the off speed on the outside corner and then the rise ball up underneath the hand, so attacking on different parts of the zone, different speeds, different spins, and that's one of the things that Autumn Humes does so well is she works her spin, and Coach Lawson talked about her ability to really live in the moment with the spin and not try to overthrow or throw through her spin. Spin trumps velo or speed.
Bringing it high out of the zone for strikeout number 7. Third time she's gotten Kuma.
So strikes her out with the changeup in her first at-bat, rise ball in the second, and now the third. Again, the rise ball getting underneath the hands. Really good job after walking the number 9 hitter, coming back and striking out a hitter like Kuma.
Now it's Sykes. She struck her out once. She's got Ks against all the top 3 in the order.
7 now on the game for Humes.
Georgia is hitless with a runner on base tonight, 0 for 5. Handled at third, Stoddard will step on the bag, and the threat is put to bed. Autumn Humes, team in UCLA with the walk-off win over Oklahoma in the Champ Series to take home the title. And there is a launch, way back and gone. Miranda Stoddard. How about that power surge from your number 9 hitter?
Stoddard with her 8th home run of the year, first pitch swinging. Sophomore just comes up and just takes a rise ball that is just going to get blasted out of the yard. Immediately she knew it, just watches it go well out of this park. Woo.
It's a new single season home run record for the Cats. And Stoddard makes it 3-0.
How about that? If you're your number 9 hitter, that's her 8th home run of the year. Makes, wow.
Oh, by the way, I'm also a pitcher.
Yes,
Thank
exactly.
you. Thank you very much. That went a long way.
Long way.
And now it's Kayla Kowalik back to the top. Singled and scored in the first, grounded out in the third. Well, and that's your difference in the ball game right now. The chance in the top half of the inning for Georgia, couldn't cash it in. Kentucky does get a run up, and Kowalik going for 2. Got there. That's some Jets, folks. That's a single to center that she stretched.
Well, and the play's in front of her, so she reads all of it. Look at the way she just gets out of the box immediately. She's super aggressive, and she sees that all in front of her. And the second that she sees that CJ Landrum has to go to her backhand, slightly to her right, Kowalik is just off and running. So that's just presence of mind, great leadership, and that attack mentality to take the extra 60 feet.
Tatum Spangler. Single in the first, grounded out in the third. Popped it up. Fincher will take it. 1 down. Four well-hit balls in the last 2 innings for Kentucky. Single, double, homer, another double. Here's Lauren Johnson. Flew out in the first, popped up in the third. .400 hitter this year with a runner in scoring position. Look at the RBIs. Next pitch coming will be the 80th from Mary Wilson. Oh, good off speed there.
Really good pitch. Drops that pitch down in the mid-50s after hitting the high 60s. Pretty good ratio of balls to strikes. It's a Kentucky team that's aggressive. They watch. They're very strategic in their at-bats. 11th highest batting average in the entire nation. Leads the SEC. They know how to swing it. They're just very confident.
Johnson grounds it to Armistead. She'll make the play over to first. 2 down, Kowalik holds. And now it's Koffel. A couple of base hits, has scored and driven in a run. Away from Abad. Chops it to second, backs up Kuma, but she'll make the play. Side retired, but the 72nd home run of the season for the Cats, 3-zip.
Stoddard with her 8th home run takes this yard, setting a new record for the Wildcats. They can bash it out of the yard. Top hitting team in the SE Spring this year instead of the fall.
Mosley has a hit back in the 2nd inning, 1 of 3 for the Dogs. Humes has kept them quiet.
How about Autumn Humes? You know, back in the regular season, she pitched in game 2 and 3 of the series. And game 2, she had 6 innings pitched, gave up 7 hits, 4 earned runs. So to be able to come in against a strong Georgia offense and shut them down.
Stoddard, who just hit the home run, has the glove work, 2 down. Top of the 6th, late night in the SEC. Wall-to-wall softball coverage for you. And of course, later in the month, the SEC baseball tournament, end of the month.
All about the diamond sports this time of year.
Little bat, little ball.
Hot dog.
Little boom boom.
Yeah, there you go.
Home runs leaving the yard.
KK. Gotta have the strikeouts do that.
Oh, sorry, my bad. A little bit of everything.
There you go.
Trying to rally. The rally cap is a little rosy. The Riveter look today for Georgia. Rosie the Riveter, for you youngsters, was the representation of all the women that were going to work in the factories during World War II when the men were off fighting here in the U.S.
Building planes and all that stuff. That's right.
Strength of the American woman.
That's right.
Riveter is a tool that you use to put rivets in things like airplanes and such.
Yeah.
You got this, A.
What would that be? Attached metal?
And
to metal?
Rosie was just the alliteration, her
Yes.
name, which I can appreciate.
Autumn Humes efficient, 75 pitches here in the top of the 6th. Really good ratio. It's like to be about 1/3 to balls to 2/3 strikes.
3 up, 3 down. Quick work in the 6th. They have a 3-0 lead.
Coach Lawson earlier before this, she mentioned how important it was to finally have the defense figuring it out. But I think as well, Beth, her bat in the lineup, 11 home runs on the year. I mean, it really just solidifies it. 13th double of the year in this game.
Makes you feel whole as a team. Makes everybody else feel comfortable.
Yeah, everybody else goes back to their normal positions.
Yeah, that's right, because defensively, that scrambled
Yes.
about 4 different spots for them.
Absolutely did. And so once everybody's back in their comfort zones, you almost can relax, you can exhale, and everyone gets back into their rhythm with hitting, with pitching. Just all the way around makes a really big difference.
This is a staff, by the way, probably the biggest pitching staff. That one will hit off the base of the wall out in right center. And the double for Abernathy.
Abernathy showing that she can swing it as well. Drop on the inside corner, and Abernathy just barrels that up, just drops that bed head through the zone and just drives it off the wall. Just so much explosive power off the bats of this Kentucky team.
That actually almost went out, hit off the top of the wall. And here come the three pitchers at the bottom of the lineup, Humes, Ballman, and Stoddard. As we mentioned earlier, to win the championship for teams that play today, you got to win 4 games in 4 days. So we've seen teams come in here and win with one miraculous arm. But chances are you're going to need a couple 2, 3. Humes drifting over as Landrum, got it. Abernathy tags. 2 down.
Well, and to your point, you know, this is a Kentucky team that has that. They have a very good staff. They complement each other well. Their defense has been outstanding. And they're putting runs up on the board. I mean, that really is that recipe.
Got 3 pitchers with over 50 innings, and as you were alluding to, with the return of Mallory Payton, that now frees up their 4th arm, Tatum Spangler, if need be, to start throwing some more. Rachel, former pitcher herself.
Well, and what's important about that, too, is that Spangler is a lefty, so she's got that ability to situationally pitch, which is huge when you have a couple of lefties in the lineup and you want to work that magic.
Fincher will take care of it. We head to the 7th. Last chance coming up for Georgia.
Miles an hour. Spin speed will always trump pitch speed. Unless, of course, you're taking the pitch speed from 65 miles an hour down to 50 miles an hour. Then the pitch speed is important.
Looking for a 3rd shutout of the season for Autumn Humes. And trying to send Georgia back home. Last chance here for the Dogs. Sydney Chambly, Peyton Bordeaux, and Ellie Armstead. Fitting that it will come down to 3 of the freshmen that have played such pivotal roles for them all year. Top 10 strength of schedule, a 17 RPI. They're going to the NCAA tournament. The question is, will they be able to stay home for a regional?
Well, they're one of those teams that if you are hosting and all of a sudden they're on the road coming to you,
Oof.
it's going to be a tough matchup.
A lot of questions to answer. Are you going to give all 5 Pac-12 teams a chance to host? They have impressive resumes. Do you give Michigan one of the host spots as the champions of the Big Ten? One down. How many ACC teams are going to be able to stay at home? That's a deeper conference this year.
Humes working pitch on the outside corner. It's got a little up, a little out. Just painting the corner, 9th strikeout. And really working on that spin speed, not overthrowing.
Looking for double digits. I believe 2 strikeouts here would tie a career high.
Strikeouts in a game earlier this year. So a lot of times you consider Humes pitch to contact, but she has really upped her game this year. And she talked about focusing on each individual pitch, not the game itself as a whole, but each individual pitch. She's done that here tonight.
Wow, just 3 hits. Yeah, the 11 would be a season high if she can get it. She sits at 9. 10.
You can just see it tonight, the way her ball's moving, the way the ball's just ripping out of her hand, that explosion, the force at which she really turns her wrist over. Look at the way that she violently snaps that ball out, the rotation, the spin, and of course the late sharp movement. Bordeaux goes down, 10th K of the night.
Ellie Armistead down to their final at-bat. Paints 1-1. Lines it to third. Ball game as Stoddard snags it. The 3-0 three-hit shutout for Autumn Humes. Miranda Stoddard with a solo home run, the big shot. And Kentucky, who took 2 of 3 from Alabama during the regular season up in Lexington, will now face the Tide here in Tuscaloosa in the quarterfinals tomorrow night. Bracket is set. Quarterfinals get underway at noon Eastern on the SEC Network. Florida, Mississippi State, followed by Missouri, LSU, Arkansas, Tennessee, and then Alabama, Kentucky. Softball for you all day long. Smitty, good night for Tennessee with a walk-off and Kentucky with a shutout.
Yeah, it's that time of year. It's all about the timely pitching and hitting, and we saw both. We had the pitching with Kentucky and the hitting with Tennessee.
Well, for our entire crew, thanks so much for being with us. Eric Freed, Amanda Scarborough will get you going with the first 2 games tomorrow. Smitty and I will be back tomorrow night. From the Rhodes House, we bid you adieu. See you in less than 24.
What a great first round here at the 2021 SEC Softball Tournament. 4 teams surviving and advancing to Thursday's round 2, including the Kentucky Wildcats, who just got a nice win over the Georgia Bulldogs. And that is an exciting one, especially when you're looking forward to Thursday's round 2. And who the Wildcats will face will be your host school, the Alabama Crimson Tide. That will be the last game of the day on Thursday as we welcome you in. Alyssa Lang, Kayla Bro, and Madison Shipman here with you. Kayla, when you look at this performance from Kentucky, what stands out?
Well, first of all, you can't say enough about the performance from Autumn Humes in the circle, but offensively, I look at their lineup. 7 of their 9 hitters got a base hit in tonight's game, so I think that shows you that all of the players on the field showed up ready to go today. They got a complete performance. They got a couple clutch, timely hits, and for me, it starts at the top with Kayla Kowalik coming out in the first inning, getting on base, and getting this thing started off with the right foot for Kentucky.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Kayla. I thought their offense set the tone from the very first inning, and it really started with Kayla Kowalik and then Tatum Spangler, and then you got somebody like Erin Koffel to come through, get that first run across the board, because you know that gives your pitcher so much confidence going out there in the circle in the bottom half of that inning.
Yeah, and I love to see a hitter like Erin Koffel, who's a true freshman that's never played on this stage before, comes in with an opportunity to get a run across the board, no big deal, pops one in the 5-6 hole, and gets on the run on the board early for Kentucky, and that was really the difference for Kentucky when they beat Georgia earlier in the season, is they jumped all over Georgia early. It was the games they kind of fell behind or took the gas off the pedal that they really struggled.
And I thought Kentucky was putting aggressive swings on Mary Wilson Avant all game long. Like we mentioned, that ball that Miranda Stoddard hit still has not landed. She got all of that ball. But can we also talk about Autumn Humes and the zest she was bringing in the circle? I mean, she was putting a lot more velocity on her pitches than I think I've seen all year long.
She's riding a heater the last few weekends. Her ball is moving significantly better. Her control looks really, really strong tonight. That's where I've seen Kentucky pitchers struggle this season, is they didn't get out on the right foot immediately in the game, and they took too long to find their control and command. That was not the case for Autumn Humes. She was mixing up some dirty spin tonight.
And I think Autumn Humes is a pitcher that can throw game after game after game. You look at that Texas A&M series that she had. Not only was she doing it up at the plate for them, but she also got all 3 wins in the circle. So she is used to shouldering the load. She is used to throwing back-to-back days. And if I'm Kentucky, she's your hottest pitcher. I'd be riding her all through this tournament.
Kayla Kowalik, of course, was an instrumental part of this win, as she tends to be when Kentucky comes out with a dub. She is going to join us on the set here in just a moment. But I want to go back to something, Kayla, that you said about Autumn Humes riding a heater as of late. How nice is that to continue that in a postseason environment like the SEC tournament?
You know, I look at the way that the season's broken up. You have your preseason, your SEC season, and then you have the postseason. Well, SEC season a lot of the time is trying to figure out what pieces fit together. Who's going to be your ace in